Tomorrow all for speeding do their best. Scene 4, Tyre, a room in the governor's house. Enter Helicanus and Escanes. Helicnus. No, Escanes, know this of me. Antiochus from incest lived not free, for which the most high gods not minding longer to withhold the vengeance that they had in store, due to this heinous capital offense, even in the height and pride of all his glory, when he was seated in a chariot of an inestimable value, and his daughter with him, a fire from heaven came and shriveled up their bodies, even to loathing, for they so stunk, that all those eyes adored them ere their fall. Scorn now their hand should give them burial. Escnes. 'Twas very strange. Helicnus. And yet but justice, for though this king were great, his greatness was no guard to bar heaven's shaft. But sin had his reward. Escnes. 'Tis very true. Enter 2 or 3 lords. First Lord. See not a man in private conference or council has respect with him but he. Second Lord. It shall no longer grieve without reproof. Third Lord. And cursed be he that will not second it. First Lord. Follow me then, Lord Helicane, a word. Helicnus. With me, and welcome, happy day, my lords. First Lord. Know that our griefs are risen to the top, and now at length they overflow their banks. Helicnus. Your griefs, for what? Wrong not your prince you love. First Lord. Wrong not yourself then, noble Helicane. But if the prince do live, let us salute him. Or know what ground, made happy by his breath. If in the world he live, we'll seek him out. If in his grave he rest, we'll find him there. We'll be resolved, he lives to govern us. Or dead, gives cause to mourn his funeral, and leave us to our free election. Second Lord. Whose death's indeed the strongest in our censure. And knowing this kingdom is without a head, like goodly buildings left without a roof, soon fall to ruin, your noble self, that best know how to rule and how to reign. We thus submit unto our sovereign. Alls. Live, noble Helicane. Helicnus. For honor's cause, forbear your suffrages. If that you love Prince Pericles, forbear. Take I your wish, I leap into the seas. Where's hourly trouble for a minute's ease? A 12-month longer, let me entreat you to forbear the absence of your king. If in which time expired, he not return, I shall with aged patience bear your yoke. But if I cannot win you to this love, go search like nobles, like noble subjects, and in your search spend your adventurous worth. Whom if you find, and win unto return, you shall like diamonds sit about his crown. First Lord. To wisdom he's a fool that will not yield. And since Lord Helicane enjoineth us, we with our travels will endeavor us. Helicnus. Then you love us, we you, and will clasp hands. When peers thus knit, a kingdom ever stands. Scene 5, Pentapolis, a room in the palace. Enter Simonides reading a letter at one door. The knights meet him. First Knight. Good morrow to the good Simonides. Simonides. Knights, from my daughter this I let you know, that for this 12-month she'll not undertake a married life. Her reason to herself is only known, which yet from her by no means can I get. Second Knight. May we not get access to her, my lord? Simonides. Faith by no means, she hath so strictly tied her to her chamber, that 'tis impossible. 12 moons more, she'll wear Diana's livery. This by the eye of Cynthia hath she vowed, and on her virgin honor will not break it. Third Knight. Loath to bid farewell, we take our leaves. Simonides. So they are well dispatched, now to my daughter's letter. She tells me here, she'll wed the stranger knight, or never more to view nor day nor light. Tease well, mistress, your choice agrees with mine. I like that well, nay, how absolute she's in't. Not minding whether I dislike or no. Well, I do commend her choice. And will no longer have it be delayed. Soft, here he comes, I must dissemble it. Enter Pericles. Pericles. All fortune to the good Simonides. Simonides. To you as much, sir, I am beholding to you. For your sweet music this last night, I do protest my ears were never better fed with such delightful pleasing harmony. Pericles. It is your grace's pleasure to commend. Not my desert. Simonides. Sir, you are music's master. Pericles. The worst of all her scholars, my good lord. Simonides. Let me ask you one thing. What do you think of my daughter, sir? Pericles. A most virtuous princess. Simonides. And she is fair too, is she not? Pericles. As a fair day in summer, wondrous fair. Simonides. Sir, my daughter thinks very well of you. I so well, that you must be her master. And she will be your scholar, therefore look to it. Pericles. I am unworthy for her schoolmaster. Simonides. She thinks not so, peruse this writing else. Pericles. What's here? A letter that she loves the knight of Tyre. 'Tis the king's subtlety to have my life. Oh, seek not to entrap me, gracious lord. A stranger and distressed gentleman, that never aimed so high to love your daughter, but bent all offices to honor her. Simonides. Thou hast bewitched my daughter, and thou art a villain. Pericles. By the gods I have not. Never did thought of mine levy offense, nor never did my actions yet commence. A deed might gain her love or your displeasure. Simonides. Traitor thou least. Pericles. Traitor. Simonides. I traitor. Pericles. Even in his throat, unless it be the king that calls me traitor, I return the lie. Simonides. Now by the gods I do applaud his courage. Pericles. My actions are as noble as my thoughts, that never relished of a base descent. I came unto your court for honor's cause, and not to be a rebel to her state. And he that otherwise accounts of me, this sword shall prove he's honor's enemy. Simonides. No. Here comes my daughter, she can witness it. Enter Thaisa. Pericles. Then, as you are as virtuous as fair, resolve your angry father, if my tongue did e'er solicit, or my hand subscribe, to any syllable that made love to you. Thaisa. Why, sir, say if you had. Who takes offense at that would make me glad. Simonides. Yea, mistress, are you so peremptory? I am glad on't with all my heart. I'll tame you, I'll bring you in subjection. Will you, not having my consent, bestow your love and your affections upon a stranger, who, for aught I know, may be, nor can I think the contrary, as great in blood as I myself? Therefore hear you, mistress, either frame your will to mine, and you, sir, hear you. Either be ruled by me, or I will make you man and wife, nay, come your hands, and lips must seal it too, and being joined, I'll thus your hopes destroy, and for further grief, God give you joy. What are you both pleased? Thaisa. Yes, if you love me, sir. Pericles. Even as my life, my blood that fosters it. Simonides. What are you both agreed? Both? Yes, if't please your majesty. Simonides. It pleaseth me so well, that I will see you wed, and then with what haste you can, get you to bed. Act 3. Enter Gower. Gower. Now sleep us laked hath the rouse. No din but snores about the house, made louder by the orphed breast of this most pompous marriage feast. The cat with eyne of burning coal now couches for the mouse's hole, and crickets sing at the oven's mouth. Are the blither for their druce. Hymen hath brought the bride to bed, where by the loss of maidenhead a babe is moulded, be a tent, and time that is so briefly spent with your fine fancies quaintly etch. What's dumb in show I'll plain with speech. Dumb show, enter Pericles and Simonides at one door with attendants. A messenger meets them, kneels, and gives Pericles a letter. Pericles shows it Simonides, the lords kneel to him. Then enter Thaisa with child, with Lycorida a nurse. The king shows her the letter, she rejoices. She and Pericles take leave of her father, and depart with Lycorida and their attendants. Then exeunt Simonides and the rest. By many a dern and painful perch of Pericles the careful search, by the four opposing coins, which the world together joins, is made with all due diligence, that horse and sail and high expense can stead the quest, at last from Tyre, fame answering the most strange enquire. To court of King Simonides are letters brought, the tenor these: Antiochus and his daughter dead, the men of Tyre on the head of Helicanus would set on the crown of Tyre, but he will none. The mutiny he there hastes to oppress, says to if King Pericles come not home in twice 6 moons, he, obedient to their dooms, will take the crown. The sum of this brought hither to Pentapolis, why ravished the regions round, and everyone with claps can sound. Our heir apparent is a king, who dreamt, who thought of such a thing. Brief, he must hence depart to Tyre. His queen with child makes her desire, which you shall cross, along to go, amid we all their dole and woe. Lycorida, her nurse, she takes, and so to sea, their vessel shakes. On Neptune's billow, half the flood hath their keel cut, but fortune's mood varies again, the gristled north disgorges such a tempest forth, that as a duck for life that dives, so up and down the poor ship drives. The lady shrieks, and Wellanere does fall in travail with her fear. And what ensues in this fell storm shall for itself perform. I nil relate, action may conveniently the rest convey, which might not what by me is told in your imagination hold. This stage the ship, upon whose deck the sea-tossed Pericles appears to speak. Scene 1. Enter Pericles on shipboard. Pericles, thou god of this great vast, rebuke these surges, which wash both heaven and hell, and thou that hast upon the wind's command, bind them in brass. Having called them from the deep, O still, thy deafening, dreadful thunders, gently quench. Thy nimble, sulphurous flashes, O how Lycorida! How does my queen, thou stormest venomously? Wilt thou spit all thyself? The seaman's whistle is as a whisper in the ears of death. Unheard, Lycorida, Lucina, O divinest patroness, and midwife gentle, to those that cry by night, convey thy deity. Aboard our dancing boat, make swift the pangs of my queen's travails, now Lycorida. Enter Lycorida with an infant. Lycorida, here is a thing too young for such a place, who if it had conceit would die, as I am like to do, take in your arms this piece of your dead queen. Pericles, how Lycorida. Lycorida, patience, good sir, do not assist the storm. Here's all that is left living of your queen. A little daughter, for the sake of it. Be manly, and take comfort. Pericles, O you gods, why do you make us love your goodly gifts, and snatch them straight away, we here below? Recall not what we give, and therein may vie honor with you. Licoritas. Patience, good sir. Even for this charge. Pericles. Now mild may be thy life. For a more blustrous birth had never babe. Quiet and gentle thy conditions, for thou art the rudeliest welcome to this world. That ever was prince's child, happy what follows. Thou hast as chiding a nativity, as fire, air, water, earth, and heaven can make, to herald thee from the womb. Even at the first, thy loss is more than can thy portage quit, with all thou canst find here. Now the good gods throw their best eyes upon't. Enter 2 sailors. First sailor. What courage, sir, God save you. Pericles. Courage enough, I do not fear the flaw. It hath done to me the worst, yet for the love of this poor infant, this fresh new seafarer, I would it would be quiet. First sailor. Slack the ballins there, thou wilt not, wilt thou, blow and split thyself. Second sailor. But sea room, and the brine and cloudy billow kiss the moon, I care not. First sailor. Sir, your queen must overboard. The sea works high, the wind is loud and will not lie till the ship be cleared of the dead. Pericles. That's your superstition. First sailor. Pardon us, sir, with us at sea it has been still observed, and we are strong in custom. Therefore briefly yield her, for she must overboard straight. Pericles. As you think meet, most wretched queen. Licoritas. Here she lies, sir. Pericles. A terrible childbed hast thou had, my dear. No light, no fire, unfriendly elements. Forgot thee utterly, nor have I time to give thee hallowed to thy grave, but straight must cast thee, scarcely coffined in the ooze, where, for a monument upon thy bones, and ere remaining lamps, the belching whale and humming water must o'erwhelm thy corpse, lying with simple shells, O Licorita. Bid Nestor bring me spices, ink and paper, my casket and my jewels, and bid Nicander bring me the satin coffer, lay the upon the pillow, hide thee whiles I say a priestly farewell to her, suddenly woman. Second sailor. Sir, we have a chest beneath the hatches, caulked and bitumed ready. Pericles. I thank thee, mariner, say what coast is this? Second sailor. We are near Tarsus. Pericles. Thither, gentle mariner. Alter thy course for Tyre, when canst thou reach it? Second sailor. By break of day, if the wind cease. Pericles. O make for Tarsus. There will I visit Cleon, for the babe cannot hold out to Tyrus, there I'll leave it. At careful nursing, go thy ways, good mariner. I'll bring the body presently. Scene 2, Ephesus, a room in Ceremon's house. Enter Ceremon, with a servant, and some persons who have been shipwrecked. Ceremon. Philemon ho. Enter Philemon. Philemon. Doth my lord call? Ceremon. Get fire and meat for these poor men. Tea has been a turbulent and stormy night. Servant. I have been in many, but such a night as this till now I ne'er endured. Ceremon. Your master will be dead ere you return. There's nothing can be ministered to nature that can recover him. Give this to the apothecary, and tell me how it works. Exeunt all but Ceremon. Enter 2 gentlemen. First gentleman. Good morrow. Second gentleman. Good morrow to your lordship. Ceremon. Gentlemen, why do you stir so early? First gentleman. Sir, our lodgings, standing bleak upon the sea, shook as the earth did quake. The very principles did seem to rend, and all to topple, pure surprise and fear made me to quit the house. Second gentleman. That is the cause we trouble you so early. Tease not our husbandry. Serene. Oh, you say well. First gentleman. But I much marvel that your lordship, having rich Tyre about you, should at these early hours shake off the golden slumber of repose. 'Tis most strange. Nature should be so conversant with pain, being thereto not compelled. Serene. I hold it ever. Virtue and cunning were endowments greater than nobleness and riches, careless airs. May the two latter darken and expend. But immortality attends the former, making a man a god. 'Tis known I ever have studied physic, through which secret art, by turning o'er authorities, I have, together with my practice, made familiar to me and to my aid the blessed infusions that dwell in vegetatives, in metals, stones. And I can speak of the disturbances that nature works, and of her cures, which doth give me a more content in course of true delight than to be thirsty after tottering honor, or tie my pleasure up in silken bags to please the fool and death. Second gentleman. Your honor has through Ephesus poured forth your charity, and hundreds call themselves your creatures, who by you have been restored. And not your knowledge, your personal pain, but even your purse, still open, hath built Lord Serene such strong renown as time shall never enter 2 or 3 servants with a chest. First servant. So lift there. Serene. What's that? First servant. Sir, even now did the sea toss upon our shore this chest. 'Tis of some wreck. Serene. Set down, let's look upon't. Second gentleman. 'Tis like a coffin, sir. Serene. Whate'er it be. 'Tis wondrous heavy, wrench it open straight. If the sea's stomach be o'ercharged with gold, 'tis a good constraint of fortune, it belches upon us. Second gentleman. 'Tis so, my lord. Serene. How close 'tis cocked and bitumed. Did the sea cast it up? First servant. I never saw so huge a billow, sir, as tossed it upon shore. Serene. Wrench it open. Soft it smells most sweetly in my sense. Second gentleman. A delicate odor. Serene. As ever hit my nostril, so up with it. O you most potent gods, what's here, a corpse? First gentleman. Most strange. Serene. Shrouded in cloth of state, bombed and entreasured, with full bags of spices, a passport too. Apollo, perfect me in the characters. Reads from a scroll. Here I give to understand. If ere this coffin drives a land, I King Pericles have lost this queen worth all our mundane cost. Who finds her, give her burying. She was the daughter of a king. Besides this treasure for a fee, the gods requite his charity. If thou livest, Pericles, thou hast a heart that even cracks for woe, this chance tonight. Second gentleman. Most likely, sir. Serene. Nay, certainly tonight. For look how fresh she looks, they were too rough. That threw her in the sea, make a fire within. Fetch hither all my boxes in my closet. Death may usurp on nature many hours, and yet the fire of life kindle again. The o'erpressed spirits, I heard of an Egyptian that had 9 hours lain dead, who was by good appliance recovered. Re-enter a servant with napkins and fire. Well said, the fire in cloths. The rough and woeful music that we have. Cause it to sound, beseech you. The viol once more, how thou stirst, thou block. The music there, I pray you give her air. Gentlemen, this queen will live. Nature awakes, a warmth breathes out of her. She hath not been entranced above 5 hours. See how she gins to blow into life's flower again. First gentleman. The heavens, through you, increase our wonder, and sets up your fame forever. Serene. She is alive, behold her eyelids. Cases to those heavenly jewels which Pericles hath lost. Begin to part their fringes of bright gold. The diamonds of a most praised water doth appear, to make the world twice rich, live and make us weep. To hear your fate, fair creature, rare as you seem to be. Thaisa. Oh dear Diana. Where am I, where's my lord, what world is this? Second gentleman. Is not this strange? First gentleman. Most rare. Serene. Hush, my gentle neighbors. Lend me your hands, to the next chamber bear her. Get linen, now this matter must be looked to. For her relapse is mortal, come, come. And Aesculapius guide us. Exeunt, carrying her away. Scene 3, Tarsus, a room in Cleon's house. Enter Pericles, Cleon, Dionysa and Lycorida with Marina in her arms. Pericles. Most honored Cleon, I must needs be gone. My 12 months are expired, and Tyre stands in a litigious peace, you and your lady. Take from my heart all thankfulness, the gods make up the rest upon you. Chapter 150, Aeon. Your shafts of fortune, though they hurt you mortally, yet glance full wanderingly on us. Chapter 501, Onyza. O your sweet queen, that the strict fates had pleased you, had brought her hither, to have blessed mine eyes with her. Pericles. We cannot but obey. The powers above us, could I rage and roar, as doth the sea she lies in, yet the end must be as 'tis, my gentle babe Marina, whom, for she was born at sea, I have named so. Here I charge your charity withal, leaving her the infant of your care, beseeching you to give her princely training, that she may be mannered as she is born. Chapter 150, Aeon. Fear not, my lord, but think. Your grace, that fed my country with your corn, for which the people's prayers still fall upon you, must in your child be thought on, if neglection should therein make me vile, the common body, by you relieved, would force me to my duty. But if to that my nature need a spur, the gods revenge it upon me and mine, to the end of generation. Pericles. I believe you. Your honor and your goodness teach me taught. Without your vows, till she be married, madam, by bright Diana, whom we honor all, unscissored shall this hair of mine remain. Though I show ill int, so I take my leave. Good madam, make me blessed in your care, in bringing up my child. Chapter 501, Onyza. I have one myself, who shall not be more dear to my respect than yours, my lord. Pericles. Madam, my thanks and prayers. Chapter 150, Aeon. Will bring your grace e'en to the edge oath shore, then give you up to the masked Neptune and the gentlest winds of heaven. Pericles. I will embrace your offer, come, dearest madam. Oh, no tears, Lycorida, no tears. Look to your little mistress, on whose grace you may depend hereafter, come, my lord. Scene 4, Ephesus, a room in Ceremon's house. Enter Ceremon and Thaisa. Ceremon. Madam, this letter, and some certain jewels, lay with you in your coffer, which are at your command. Know you the character? Thaisa. It is my lord's. That I was shipped at sea, I well remember, even on my groaning time, but whether there delivered by the holy gods, I cannot rightly say, but since King Pericles, my wedded lord, I ne'er shall see again, a vestal livery will I take me to, and never more have joy. Ceremon. Madam, if this you purpose as ye speak, Diana's temple is not distant far, where you may abide till your date expire. Moreover, if you please, a niece of mine, shall there attend you? Thaisa. My recompense is thanks, that's all. Yet my goodwill is great, though the gift small. Act 4. Enter Gower. Gower. Imagine Pericles arrived at Tyre, welcomed and settled to his own desire. His woeful queen we leave at Ephesus. Unto Diana their avatars. Now to Marina bend your mind, whom our fast-growing scene must find. At Tarsus and by Cleon trained, in music's letters who hath gained of education all the grace, which makes her both the heart and place of general wonder, but alack, that monster envy off the rack of earned praise Marina's life seeks to take off by treason's knife. And in this kind our Cleon hath one daughter and a full-grown wench, even ripe for marriage right, this maid hight Philoten, and it is said, for certain in our story she would ever with Marina be. Bet when she weaved the slated silk, with fingers long small white as milk, or when she would with sharp needle wound the cambric which she made more sound by hurting it, or when to lute she sung and made the night bird mute, that still records with moan, or when she would with rich and constant pen veil to her mistress Diane, still this Philoten contends in skill with absolute Marina, so the dove of Paphos might with the crow vie feathers white. Marina gets all praises which are paid as debts, and not as given, this so darks in Philoten all graceful marks, that Cleon's wife, with envy rare, a present murderer does prepare for good Marina, that her daughter might stand peerless by this slaughter, the sooner her vile thoughts to stead. Lycorida our nurse is dead, and cursed Dionysa hath the pregnant instrument of wrath pressed for this blow, the unborn event. I do commend to your content, only I carry winged time post on the lame feet of my rhyme, which never could I so convey unless your thoughts went on my way. Dionysa does appear with Leonine, a murderer. Scene 1, Tarsus, an open place near the seashore. Enter Dionysa with Leonine. Chapter 501, Onysa. Thy oath remember, thou hast sworn to dot. 'Tis but a blow, which never shall be known. Thou canst not do a thing in the world so soon. To yield thee so much profit, let not conscience, which is but cold, inflaming love thy bosom inflame too nicely, nor let pity which even women have cast off, melt thee, but be a soldier to thy purpose. Leonine. I will dot, but yet she is a goodly creature. Chapter 501, Onysa. The fitter then the gods should have her. Here she comes weeping for her only mistress death. Thou art resolved. Leonine. I am resolved. Enter Marina with a basket of flowers. Marina. No, I will rob Tellus of her weed, to strew thy green with flowers, the yellows, blues, the purple violets, and marigolds, shall as a carpet hang upon thy grave. While summer days do last, I me, poor maid, born in a tempest, when my mother died. This world to me is like a lasting storm, worrying me from my friends. Chapter 501, Onysa. How now, Marina, why do you keep alone? How chance my daughter is not with you? Do not consume your blood with sorrowing. Have you a nurse of me, Lord, how your favors changed with this unprofitable woe? Come give me your flowers, ere the sea mar it. Walk with Leonine, the air is quick there, and it pierces and sharpens the stomach. Come Leonine, take her by the arm, walk with her. Marina. No, I pray you. I'll not bereave you of your servant. Chapter 501, Onysa. Come, come. I love the king your father, and yourself. With more than foreign heart, we every day Expect him here, when he shall come and find our paragon to all reports thus blasted. He will repent the breadth of his great voyage. Blame both my lord and me, that we have taken no care to your best courses. Go, I pray you. Walk and be cheerful once again, reserve that excellent complexion which did steal the eyes of young and old, care not for me. I can go home alone. Marina. Well, I will go. But yet I have no desire to it. Chapter 501, Aniza. Come, come, I know tea's good for you. Walk half an hour, Leonine, at the least. Remember what I have said. Leonine. I warrant you, madam. Chapter 501, Aniza. I'll leave you, my sweet lady, for a while. Pray walk softly, do not heat your blood. What, I must have a care of you. Marina. My thanks, sweet madam. Is this wind westerly that blows? Leonine. Southwest. Marina. When I was born, the wind was north. Leonine. Wast so? Marina. My father, as nurse said, did never fear, but cried good seamen, to the sailors, galling his kingly hands, hailing ropes, and clasping to the mast, endured a sea that almost burst the deck. Leonine. When was this? Marina. When I was born. Never was waves, nor wind more violent, and from the ladder tackle washes off a canvas climber, ha, says one, wolt out, and with a dropping industry they skip from stem to stern, the boatswain whistles and the master calls, and trebles their confusion. Leonine. Come, say your prayers. Marina. What mean you? Leonine. If you require a little space for prayer, I grant it, pray, but be not tedious. For the gods are quick of ear, and I am sworn to do my work with haste. Marina. Why will you kill me? Leonine. To satisfy my lady. Marina. Why would she have me killed now? As I can remember, by my troth, I never did her hurt in all my life. I never spake bad word, nor did ill turn to any living creature, believe me, la. I never killed a mouse, nor hurt a fly. I trod upon a worm against my will, but I wept for it. How have I offended? Wherein my death might yield her any profit, or my life imply her any danger. Leonine. My commission is not to reason of the deed, but do it. Marina. You will not dot for all the world, I hope. You are well favored, and your looks foreshow you have a gentle heart. I saw you lately, when you caught hurt in parting two that fought. Good sooth, it showed well in you, do so now. Your lady seeks my life, come you between, and save poor me the weaker. Leonine. I am sworn, and will dispatch. Enter pirates. First pirate. Hold villain. Leonine runs away. Second pirate. A prize, a prize. Third pirate. Half part mates, half part. Come, let's have her aboard suddenly. Exeunt pirates with Marina. Re-enter Leonine. Leonine. These roguing thieves serve the great pirate Valdez, and they have seized Marina. Let her go. There's no hope she will return. I'll swear she's dead and thrown into the sea, but I'll see further. Perhaps they will but please themselves upon her, not carry her aboard, if she remain. Whom they have ravished must by me be slain. Scene 2, Mytilene, a room in a brothel. Enter Pandar, Bod and Bolt. Pandar. Bolt. Bolt. Sir. Pandar. Search the market narrowly. Mytilene is full of gallants. We lost too much money this mart by being too wenchless. Bod. We were never so much out of creatures. We have but poor three, and they can do no more than they can do, and they with continual action are even as good as rot. Pandar. Therefore let's have fresh ones, whate'er we pay for them. If there be not a conscience to be used in every trade, we shall never prosper. But thou sayest true, 'tis not our bringing up of poor bastards, as I think I have brought up some 11. Bolt. I to 11 and brought them down again, but shall I search the market? But what else, man? The stuff we have, a strong wind will blow it to pieces, they are so pitifully sodden. Pandar. Thou sayest true, they're too unwholesome, O conscience. The poor Transylvanian is dead, that lay with the little baggage. Bolt. Ay, she quickly pooped him, she made him roast meat for worms. But I'll go search the market. Pandar. 3 or 4,000 chequins were as pretty a proportion to live quietly, and so give over. But why to give over, I pray you? Is it a shame to get when we are old? Pandar. Oh, our credit comes not in like the commodity, nor the commodity wages not with the danger. Therefore, if in our youths we could pick up some pretty estate, 'twere not amiss to keep our door hatched. Besides, the sore terms we stand upon with the gods will be strong with us for giving over. But come, other sorts offend as well as we. Pandar. As well as we, aye and better too, we offend worse. Neither is our profession any trade, it's no calling, but here comes Bolt. Re-enter Bolt, with the pirates and Marina. Bolt. Come your ways, my masters, you say she's a virgin. First pirate. Oh sir, we doubt it not. Bolt. Master, I have gone through for this piece, you see. If you like her so, if not I have lost my earnest. But Bolt, has she any qualities? Bolt. She has a good face, speaks well and has excellent good clothes. There's no farther necessity of qualities can make her be refused. But what is her price, Bolt? Bolt. I cannot be baited 1 doit of 1,000 pieces. Pandar. Well, follow me, my masters, you shall have your money presently. Wife, take her in, instruct her what she has to do, that she may not be raw in her entertainment. Exeunt Pandar and pirates. But Bolt, take you the marks of her, the color of her hair, complexion, height, her age, with warrant of her virginity, and cry, he that will give most shall have her first. Such a maidenhead were no cheap thing, if men were as they have been. Get this done as I command you. Bolt. Performance shall follow. Marina. Alack that Leonine was so slack, so slow. He should have struck, not spoke, or that these pirates, not enough barbarous, had not o'erboard thrown me, for to seek my mother. But why lament you, pretty one? Marina. That I am pretty. But come, the gods have done their part in you. Marina. I accuse them not. But you are light into my hands, where you are like to live. Marina. The more my fault. To 'scape his hands, where I was like to die. But I and you shall live in pleasure. Marina. No. But yes, indeed shall you, and taste gentlemen of all fashions. You shall fare well, you shall have the difference of all complexions. What, do you stop your ears? Marina. Are you a woman's? But what would you have me be, and I be not a woman? Marina. An honest woman, or not a woman? But Mary, whip the gosling, I think I shall have something to do with you. Come, you're a young foolish sapling, and must be bowed as I would have you. Marina. The gods defend me. But if it please the gods to defend you by men, then men must comfort you, men must feed you, men stir you up. Bolt's returned. Re-enter Bolt. Now, sir, hast thou cried her through the market? Bolt. I have cried her almost to the number of her hairs. I have drawn her picture with my voice. Bawd. And I prithee tell me, how dost thou find the inclination of the people, especially of the younger sort? Boult. Faith, they listened to me as they would have hearkened to their father's testament. There was a Spaniard's mouth so watered that he went to bed to her very description. Bawd. We shall have him here tomorrow with his best ruff on. Boult. Tonight. But mistress, do you know the French knight that cowers the hams? Bawd. Who, Monsieur Verrils? Boult. He offered to cut a caper at the proclamation, but he made a groan at it, and swore he would see her tomorrow. Bawd. Well, as for him, he brought his disease hither. Here he does but repair it. I know he will come in our shadow to scatter his crowns in the sun. Boult. Well, if we had of every nation a traveller, we should lodge them with this sign. Pray you, come hither a while. You have fortunes coming upon you. Mark me, you must seem to do that fearfully which you commit willingly, despise profit where you have most gain. To weep that you live as ye do makes pity in your lovers. Seldom but that pity begets you a good opinion, and that opinion a mere profit. Marina. I understand you not. Boult. Oh, take her home, mistress, take her home. These blushes of hers must be quenched with some present practice. Bawd. Thou sayest true, I faith so they must, for your bride goes to that with shame which is her way to go with warrant. Boult. Faith some do and some do not, but mistress, if I have bargained for the joint. Bawd. Thou mayst cut a morsel off the spit. Boult. I may so. Bawd. Who should deny it? Come, young one, I like the manner of your garments well. Boult. I by my faith, they shall not be changed yet. Bawd. Bolt, spend thou that in the town, report what a sojourner we have, you'll lose nothing by custom. When nature framed this piece, she meant thee a good turn, therefore say what a paragon she is, and thou hast the harvest out of thine own report. Boult. I warrant you, mistress, thunder shall not so awake the beds of eels as my giving out her beauty stirs up the lewdly inclined. I'll bring home some tonight. Bawd. Come your ways, follow me. Marina. If fires be hot, knives sharp, or waters deep, untied I still my virgin knot will keep. Diana, aid my purpose. Bawd. What have we to do with Diana? Pray you, will you go with us? Scene 3, Tarsus, a room in Cleon's house. Enter Cleon and Dionysa. Chapter 501, Onyza. Why are you foolish, can it be undone? Chapter 150, Aeon. O Dionysa, such a piece of slaughter. The sun and moon ne'er looked upon. Chapter 501, Onyza. I think you'll turn a child again. Chapter 150, Aeon. Were I chief lord of all this spacious world, I'd give it to undo the deed, a lady. Much less in blood than virtue, yet a princess. To equal any single crown o' the earth. I the justice of compare, O villain leonine, whom thou hast poisoned too. If thou hadst drunk to him, tea had been a kindness. Becoming well thy face, what canst thou say? When noble Pericles shall demand his child. Chapter 501, Onyza. That she is dead, nurses are not the fates to foster it, nor ever to preserve. She died at night, I'll say so, who can cross it? Unless you play the pious innocent, and for an honest attribute cry out. She died by foul play. Chapter 150, Aeon. O go to's, well. Of all the faults beneath the heavens, the gods do like this worst. Chapter 501, Onyza. Be one of those that thinks the petty wrens of Tarsus will fly hence. And open this to Pericles, I do shame to think of what a noble strain you are, and of how coward a spirit. Chapter 150, Aeon. To such proceeding, whoever but his approbation added, though not his prime consent, he did not flow from honorable courses. Chapter 501, Aniza. Be it so then. Yet none does know but you how she came dead. Nor none can know, Leonine being gone. She did disdain my child, and stood between her and her fortunes, none would look on her, but cast their gazes on Marina's face. Whilst ours was blurted at, and held a malkin, not worth the time of day, it pierced me through. And though you call my course unnatural, you not your child well loving, yet I find it greets me as an enterprise of kindness, performed to your sole daughter. Chapter 150, Aeon. Heavens forgive it. Chapter 501, Aniza. And as for Pericles, what should he say? We wept after her hearse, and yet we mourn. Her monument is almost finished, and her epitaphs, in glittering, golden characters express a general praise to her and Carinus, at whose expense 'tis done. Chapter 150, Aeon. Thou art like the harpy, which to betray dost with thine angel's face, seize with thine eagle's talons. Chapter 501, Aniza. You are like one that superstitiously doth swear to the gods that winter kills the flies. But yet I know you'll do as I advise. Scene 4. Enter Gower, before the monument of Marina at Tarsus. Gower. Thus time we waste, and long leagues make short. Sail seas in cockles, heaven wish but fort. Making, to take your imagination, from bourne to bourne, region to region. By you being pardoned, we commit no crime. To use one language in each several clime. Where our scenes seem to live, I do beseech you to learn of me, who stand at gaps to teach you. The stages of our story, Pericles is now again thwarting the wayward seas, attended on by many a lord and knight, to see his daughter, all his life's delight. Old Helicanus goes along, behind, is left to govern, if you bear in mind. Old Escanes, whom Helicanus late advanced in time to great and high estate, well-sailing ships and bounteous winds have brought this king to Tarsus, think his pilot thought. So with his steerage shall your thoughts go on, to fetch his daughter home, who first is gone. Like motes and shadows, see them move a while. Your ears unto your eyes I'll reconcile. Dumb show, enter Pericles at one door with all his train, Cleon and Dionysa at the other. Cleon shows Pericles the tomb, whereat Pericles makes lamentation, puts on sackcloth and in a mighty passion departs. Then exeunt Cleon and Dionysa. See how belief may suffer by foul show. This borrowed passion stands for true old woe. And Pericles, in sorrow all devoured, with sighs shot through, and biggest tears o'ershward, leaves Tarsus and again embarks, he swears never to wash his face, nor cut his hairs. He puts on sackcloth, and to sea he bears a tempest, which his mortal vessel tears. And yet he rides it out, now please you wit.